Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here. Welcome back to X-Plane 11. We are flying the 727 for part 3 of our long-haul flight from Warsaw, Poland to Tallinn, Estonia. We are just about to begin our approach to the airport. And a lot going on all of a sudden, so it's going to be a quick introduction. Just see the previous 2 videos. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Much as I hate to say it, please hit that like button so YouTube sees that there's activity and will promote the video to others so they can join us in our tiny corner of the YouTube universe. Okay, that being said, we got to do some stuff. So we got to switch to heading bug like yesterday, I should say. We're going to tune that in. So what we're doing now is we are going to vector ourselves around the airport about 12 miles away, which means we got to get cracking. We're slowing down to 250. We will turn landing lights on in a moment when we get to 10,000 feet, but we really got to get around this airport because it's right there. We have to go around. So I'm going to put our screenshot of the flight plan one more time. We're at this last part now where we're going to vector around to 112.2, which we are. Trying to stay 12 miles away, but we got a little close, so let's get out of here in a hurry. We're going to vector around until we get to radio 261. Actually, let's do 261 for this, and it'll be 262 for the ILS. So 261 is what we're looking for here. We don't want to come in now, even though it's picking it up, because we'll come in too tightly. So 261. Come on. 261. Boom. Are we getting some distance yet away from this airport? Let's get away from this airport. Let's get the ILS ready. So it's 109.3. So we want to go down to 109.3. Triple check that. Localizer 109.3 at 262. Okay. Now we're getting out there. Good. We're going to get away from this airport. We're going to come down. Let's get landing lights on now. Come on, landing lights on. Like so. Max braking because I'm a baby. Arm the spoilers. They already were. And we got our destination weather and everything. We're good to go. We will slow down to 200 in a moment once you start coming around. In fact, you know what? Let's slow down to 200 right now. Say just above 200. Let's get our landing speeds going. We'll want, let's set bugs, 30 flaps, which is 5 o'clock on the dial, at 124, plus gusts, plus 5. So there's a touchdown speed, plus 5 brings us to there, plus gusts. So we're going to approach just above the second flag. Just about touchdown, we'll flare, bring back throttles, and let it land itself. That's the plan. We're not going to auto land. We're going to land by hand. We will use autopilot to get us as close as we can, though. Can I bring back throttles more without the horn? Nope. Come on. We should use spoilers, maybe. Anyway, we're 13 miles away, so let's start coming in. We basically need to make a U-turn. But you want to stay 13 miles away from the airport. Let's be a little more aggressive. We want to intercept this radial at least 11.7 miles out. That'll give us time to line up. We need to be at 2,200 feet pretty soon, though. So if we don't get down fast enough, I will use spoilers. So there we go. Now let's get a little more aggressive on our approach back. All right, we don't want to go any slower than that, or we'll need spoilers. Flaps. We probably get the first set of flaps out. Let's get the first set of flaps out just to be safe. All right, lots going to happen in this rest of this video. Our airport is right over here. I do have the Tallinn Payware Scenery version 1, so it looks kind of cartoonish. We'll have a better look at it once we're on the ground. But it is the entire area. I got it because of the Estonia piano factory there. There's a version 2 of the scenery, but I'm not going to pay for it. I don't want to rebuy scenery. Okay, we're getting kind of far from the VOR. Let's be a little more aggressive on our turn in, because I want to hit this not at 90 degrees. So what's going to happen is as soon as we get this radial and we get the VOR picked up and we line up with it, we'll switch over to ILS, which is 109.3. 109.3, and we'll go to 262 degrees. Use heading bug to get us in the ballpark. Let auto glide slope get us in the ballpark again, and then we'll land by hand. Very simple. Should we slow down yet? Yeah, let's slow down to 180, which will mean next set of flaps, I think. Let's see. Flaps were below, so 2 set of 190. Yeah, we'll do 1 set of flaps in a minute. Another set of flaps in a minute. Here we go. Eventually flaps will get down to 30, but that's a while from now. This should decrease our descent or increase our descent rate. We're 16 miles in climbing. Let's get back towards that airport. Okay, I think I can sightsee for about a minute, and then we got to get some stuff going here. So here we go. Quick sightseeing. Alright, that's all you get because we're passing a radio. I see I should have been on top of this, but the sightseeing, we might overfly this because I was sightseeing. So let's shoot. Yeah, we're going to overfly it because I was too busy sightseeing. That's fine. We're using heading bug though, so let's see if we can pick up ILS yet or if we're too far away. We do have ILS, so let's make 262. There we go. Glide slope. Let's do auto glide slope. We will be connecting within a few degrees, so that is fantastic. How is our altitude? Good. We're at 8,200. We need to be down to 2,200 by 11.7. I think we're going to make it, no problem. Our flaps are looking good. Everything is fantastic. As soon as glide slope gets us down, we'll take over in a moment. Everything is the way we want it. Very smooth, no autopilot issues this time. So, talking through landing this thing so that I can get a good landing, what we're going to do is we're going to approach just above that second flag. When it goes like 100, and then 50, 40, 30, 20, we'll start a flare a bit early, but we'll do an aggressive flare at about 20 feet, kill the throttles, and it should land itself more or less. I'm having a very difficult time with this, but hopefully that'll work. Looks like we are locked on. We are above our glide slope a lot, so we might not intercept the glide slope. We might have to, well, let's get some spoilers out. We might have to take over if, let's keep that speed, the throttle up because of the speed thing. We might have to take over. Let's see, let's slow down. That'll help a lot. Let's get the next set of flaps out. Helps us slow down. There we go. Yeah, we might have to take over. Because if we're above the glide slope, I might not intercept it. It just depends. So we got spoilers out. Let's do spoiler view. Gorgeous, but we got a fly plane. Okay. There we go. Spoilers are out. We're coming down fast. Airport is 11 miles and we're way too high, so we might have to land ourselves. It might not capture glide slope. Come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Next set of flaps, slow down, gear coming down as well. We're going to use that to slow down. I think I might just land by hand at this point. I just wanted to see if it'll pick up the glide slope. Honestly, don't care. Let's land by hand. It's way easier at this point. Okay, flaps, we need 2 more on the flaps. A little early. There we go. Now we're coming down. Bring those spoilers in and arm them. Very nice. We are flying by hand. I need to do a flight where I fly this by hand more. Well, flaps are trying to make us float. Keep this speed for now. We are how many miles from the airport? 9 miles from the airport. Lined up with the runway. See? We're a little to the right maybe, but we're above the glide slope. You can also see it here. There or there. We'll probably use this one in a minute. Now that's all we're going to do now. Everything is set. Spoilers are armed. Altimeter is correct. Auto brakes are set to max because I'm a wimp and I'm scared. We're flying by hand. We're just about to intercept glide slope. Fantastic. Give throttle now so we stop descending. Because remember, we don't point up to level off. We give throttle. So we use throttle to control our glide slope. Slowly, it's like a big boat. It's starting to respond, even though I did throttle like 10 seconds ago. And there it goes. Holy moly. We will use pointing up and down, right? We'll use our pitch to control our speed. So keep our speed about this. We're drifting to the right a little bit as expected because of the wind. I really want to sightsee, but you know what'll happen even if I sightsee for a minute? We are going to lose it, right? So what we'll do, because this is a third part of a video and it's not going to be very long, we will do some replays of landing so we can sightsee during the landing. Not look at how the landing went, but like sightsee during the landing. I think that's what we'll do because we have the paver scenery. So we're a little bit to the right of the runway. Our speed is very good. We have complete control of the aircraft. We may have a slight crosswind from the left, even though it said 260, because our course is 262. Okay, so we have a 2-degree crosswind from the left. Not much to worry about. Our speed is still good. We're a little below the glide slope. I don't know why, because I'm looking around at the scenery instead of flying a plane. So let's look at our instruments. All right, let's slow down a little bit, get the next set of flaps out. We will need one more set of flaps because we need 30, correct? Yes, we'll need one more set of flaps here eventually. Let's pitch down and keep our speed up a little bit. And throttles though, so we stop descending. We don't want to descend yet. Glide slope. I know we're below the glide slope, but we're within reason. We have 1 white on the Pappy. Actually, we have 2 white on the Pappy. We're 2 and 2, so shush it. Now we have 3 white on the Pappy. So that says we're too high. Our glide slope says we're too low. All right, now we're back to 3 red. Very interesting. Oh, this is acting like a big crosswind from the left. Look at that. And it's blowing us to the right. It's 8-knot wind and it's only 2 degrees off. And it's acting like it's like 30 knots. This is nuts. Right now we're ahead of the glide slope. Let's look at our instruments and not out the window. Bringing back throttle so we come down. We want to pitch up so we slow down. Last set of flaps coming down. Let's not sink. Now it's getting tough. I already talked you through the landing, so we are going to land now. I'm going to go sterile and try to execute a slight crosswind landing from the left. There we go. I landed right main first instead of left because I'm used to right crosswind, but you get the idea. Auto brakes are working and reverse is engaged even though we don't need them. The bad things about that landing, I landed 3/4 of the way down the runway, which is super hilarious, and shut this thing down, or vacate, and then we'll actually do some replays for the sightseeing aspect here. And I'm gotta figure out why I'm getting like 100 text. I don't know what's going on. So let's get off the runway and let's stop right here and let's watch some replays for the purpose of sightseeing. Alright, so we have plenty of time to do some sightseeing in this video, or else it'd be really short. So let's just enjoy looking at the scenery. I mean, we'll do a free camera roam around the scenery too, but right now let's just enjoy looking out the distance while we land. We normally don't get to do this. I really need to do this more often, where we take the landing out the window. Let's look at that. So we landed very, 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 very long, and we landed right main first instead of left main first. But you know what? Considering the issues I've been having with this thing, I don't care, because the touchdown was perfectly smooth. Listen. Look at that. Perfectly smooth, and we were centered, so I will take this landing as a success. How awesome is that? I knew we had plenty of runway, so I just let it float and land smooth. We didn't bounce, we didn't crash. Awesome. All right, let's look at it from the other passenger window, since we can. If you're into cityscapes, this side isn't nearly as interesting, but if you're into nature and forests, I guess this is gorgeous too. Look at that European autogen, it's so nice. Oh, look at that. This is with everything cranked up, by the way, except the reflections, because I can't stand the reflections, but everything's cranked, it's so smooth. My computer's been running for like 4 days without a restart, because that matters sometimes, but just look at that. Oh, that's so awesome. We have to do this type of thing in a big city with this plane at a big airport and just use these wing landing views, because this is so neat. And there we go, floating, 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 and gentle. There we go. That is so cool. Let's see, what other view options do we have here? Here's a runway view. Yeah, see, crosswind from the left. And I try to do a left crosswind technique, but for some reason I'm like right main, but it should have been left main, right rudder, or whatever. Stop talking about it, just enjoy it. Look at that. Oh yes, very nice, except it was 100 miles beyond touchdown. That's okay. Oh, look at that. And then plop. Let's do a tower view, and then we'll do a free camera view, I think. Get the binoculars out, and whoops, not that one. Let's do that binoculars. There we go. Get binoculars out and check out the 727. Wow. Such a beautiful plane. Such a beautiful part of the world. Beautiful morning landing. I know I'm milking this for all it's worth, but this was a big flight. I normally don't do long hauls. It wasn't even that long of a haul, but I just normally don't do really long haul flights. And we had an issue last time, so I was very hesitant about this. Whoops, because of the issues we had. So I'm very glad this worked. Ah, look at that. Just hovering like a hummingbird. It's very peaceful. Oh, look at that. Boom. And save the nose wheel. And it's a 727, so we don't need much runway, so I was not worried about not landing in time. Stop moving. There we go. And there's your tower view. All right, let's button this thing up. I can hear the reversers. That's so cool. Let's button this thing up, and then we'll do a free camera view of the scenery since it's payware. All right, we're back to reality. Let me look at my shutdown checklist here on my little music stand I'm looking at. Is that the last page? I think so. Then yes. Okay, so what do we need to do? First, we need to figure out where in the world we're going. This is paper scenery. I think we go to the left, correct? Yeah, we go to the left, and then we just find one of those things. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to do? We need to turn off the landing lights. We'll leave on the taxi lights. We'll disarm the brakes. Note the time on the clock. Shoot, what was it? This clock doesn't seem to follow things normally. It was 5:45, right? So 2 hours and some odd minutes. That can't be right. Maybe there's a time change. 535 nautical miles should not be a 2 hour and 20-minute flight. Parking brake off. Let's get on the rudders, give a little bit of fuel. And let's start our taxi over to the left. Careful, we don't want to go off the runway or off the taxiway here. And you will taxi with me so you can see the gorgeous detail of this airport. Again, this is version 1. I will like version 2, but I don't want to rebuy scenery that I may or may not come here again. You know what I mean? I am really hesitant to buy scenery because then I feel obligated to use it. For example, we bought the Pullman Moscow airport for Washington State. That's because my wife went to grad school there, and then we use that airport a lot. I purchased the New York scenery just because it was given to me as a gift. Someone said, here's money, you have to use it on X plane. So I bought the New York scenery. We flew in and out of there a lot, especially with this new supercomputer I have. We can do everything cranked up and still get like 30 frames per second to New York City. It's awesome, but I don't really have a need to go there very much. We paid for this scenery because of the Estonia piano factory. We actually did a flight where we found the factory That was cool, and we've used it a few times since then. And I think for payware scenery, I think that's all I have. We have Lufker. I need to do Lufker Airport out in New York, Long Island. We paid for that. We got that for free. We had a few credits at the org store, so we used that. I need to do a flight out there, but we need to use tiny planes, like tiny planes for that one. We should definitely do that. But otherwise, that's it for payware scenery. I'm hoping Chicago comes out for X-Plane. I know it's being ported over from P3D, or they talked about it. So I'll probably buy that maybe when that comes out, because I do a lot of Chicago. I use the airport that's not existing anymore. What's the name of the silly thing? Why am I forgetting the name of that airport? Anyway, I use that airport a lot. But otherwise, paper scenery, I just feel obligated to use it. But this is a good one, and we'll look around in a minute. We just need to park this thing. We're going to park it. I don't know. I don't really understand how these are working. Oh, there we go. It says right there in front of my face. 22. We're going to use 22 to park. I'm going to keep you with me here. Alright, I like doing a flight like this where I have very few cuts and you fly with me almost the whole time. But then it causes, a triple video series. But that's okay. At least I upload them day after day after day, so I don't have to wait in between. That's my compromise. Come on. Come on, you can get there. Oh, there aren't stairs at this one. How come there aren't stairs at this one, but there are over there? Oh well. Everybody just has to jump. Or we use the stairs out the back. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go. They'll just say stop or something in front of us. I think, those lines are for the different type of airplane. They haven't seen the 727 in a while because flying these in Europe would be difficult because there aren't many VORs left. So we're going to stop right about there, I think. Right. Use this first one. Alright, set the parking brake. Look at that gorgeous plane. Look at the water in the background. Alright, let's shut this off. Come over here. Pressure to ground. Flaps already came in. Lights already came off. Spoilers are already in. Flaps are already in. We did that when I was taxiing. I didn't talk it out, that's all. So what do we need to do next? We need to turn the taxi lights off. Alrighty, strobe can come off. Nav can come off. We need to hook up the GPU and air cart, since we're not using the APU. Whoops, I keep clicking too many of the wrong buttons. Air cart should be ready, so let's go to external power. That worked. Very nice. We can kill the fuel now. We did not use APU, so we don't need to turn the APU off. Turn off the rest of the lights except for the logo. Seatbelt light can come off now. Battery can come off, right? Because we have external power. There we go. And turn off any other switches we feel like turning off. We can mess with whatever you want to mess with. Whatever you want to do, like hydraulics. You can turn fuel off now. Whatever you want to play with. We're just sitting up here while everybody deboards. That's it. We're done. Let's let down the air stairs and hop outside and talk about it. Alright, very successful flight. I'm so happy. Everything went great. The landing went okay. Everything worked out. No autopilot issues this time. I just get nervous with long flights because I have to carve out so much real life time to do it that I get nervous if it doesn't work. That it's a waste of time kind of and frustrating. Anyway, let's go to free camera and let's look around a little bit here. Using my controls, I normally don't use them. So this is all payware. You can kind of see where it ends out there. It looks better from a distance, I guess. But it's completely accurate. Again, there's a version 2 of this. This is just version 1. But it's not just the airport. It comes all the way out here, see? All of this. Everything is correct and accurate. We even compared a few things before when I got the scenery a year or so ago. The piano factory is over there somewhere. Look, you can see how far this goes. It goes all the way out there. Look at that. All the way out there. It would be nice to see version 2, but it's fine. Version 1 is fine. This is AutoGen, though. There's water in the middle. Isn't this cool? It's so neat. Check out people in their windows. Shut your shades. Anyway, whoa, that was a weird thing it did there. Yeah, maybe we should go to Lufker. And maybe we should go back to Pullman, Washington. Check out those sceneries. Although they're kind of dated by now. They're all for X-Plane 10 that happened to work in X-Plane 11. So they're kind of dated. You can see that as kind of cartoonish with the resolution and the texture detail. But, well, there's some autogen stuck in there. Look at that. But for the most part, you know, it's good. When you're flying over like in a jet like this, it's fine. VFR, if you're high enough, it's perfectly fine. But let's admire this airport because it's so gorgeous. Yeah, that's awesome. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the flight. Sorry the first video was so long and the second two were really short. I probably could have combined part 2 and 3, but it's either 2 short ones or 1 long one. I'm still trying to figure out this multi-video format. I haven't quite figured it out how I'm going to do it, but I'm working on it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Welcome to Tallinn, Estonia. Estonia is a wonderful country. I know they have economic problems and political problems, but it's still a wonderful country. I don't have any friends there currently or anything, but I would love to visit Estonia someday. It'd be so nice. Anyway, hit that like button, as much as I hate to say it, but like I've said twice in this video already, that like button lets the YouTube know there's activity and bumps it up the list so other people can see it. If you have any requests for flights, put them in the comments below. If you have any requests for airplanes, as long as they're freeware, I will definitely check them out. I'm not in a position to buy any more planes right now. So unless I'm sponsored or they're gifted to me, I can't do paid-wear planes as much as I would love to. But freeware I can. Give me your suggestions and ideas, and I'll definitely do them in a very near video in the near future. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.